We go. Great. Hello, Miss Addie and Mr. Craig. You are the parents of my awesome student, Mr. Isaac, who just joined the basic class. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I really appreciate you guys taking time to do this.
Happy to.
Yeah. So my first question really is, what can you tell? What got you started with action karate, and what are some of the things that maybe then you saw or now that you see that have helped?
So when we started the sharks class, Isaac was
4.
He was just 4, not yet 4.5, and he had been showing some aggressive signals in preschool, and someone suggested that actually karate was a great way to funnel that aggression in a positive direction. And I think before that, it wasn't something that either of us had ever considered martial arts. But we met Miss B the first time we came in, and were immediately impressed with how she connected with each child. And we were really impressed with how structured the class was. And Isaac, the first few classes, I feel like, he floundered a little bit trying to find his way, but he very quickly fell into that routine of the sharks class, and really started working towards those stripes and belts and patches. And we saw what Miss B was doing, and I think we used a lot of her tools at home to help add some better focus and responsibility, more chores, etc. That, if Miss B suggested something, we immediately tried to start using her language when we were doing that at home. So it's been, I think, particularly that little kid class that first year, I think we saw a lot of progress in his behavior.
Yeah, I think and also it gave him something to look forward to that he was excited about.
Yeah, he was proud of himself too.
Yeah, he does super great. I see that all the time. What are your results? What have you seen in Isaac? How has he changed over because it's been a couple of years, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he just turned 7. So it's been about 3 years. And I think he is proud of himself and has some confidence in his abilities to, work towards a goal and progress. I think for us, we're not a particularly athletic family. He's probably never going to be, a star athlete, and that's really okay with us. We're here for the character and for the exercise, and I'd say those are our top.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I just remember when we were doing the tournaments, and just having getting those medals, which he's been super proud of. And I think just giving him those benchmarks, to say, oh, this is the level that I've achieved. I think has also been a wonderful thing.
So
we've been really proud of him.
Yeah, I mean, I've even just in the little bit that I've known him, because I haven't known him for all those years, but I've seen him even in the little amount of time grow in confidence, right? Which I think even as he's come into my class, into the basic class, right, there's been that, okay, what do I, and so that's sort of in a learning curve right now, even. And I love the way you guys are sticking together with him on that. So.
Right. I think we've found the basic class, as you know, is a big step up in expectation for all the kids. And it's something I think he is still adjusting to, our family is still adjusting to, what it takes to get through the basics class. But we're sticking with it, and we know it's gonna have a payoff that I think will be great.
Yeah, cool. So last March, right? Seemed like everything went everywhere last March. And with the lockdowns and all of those things, and we never thought I never thought that I would be teaching karate online. What was your sort of first impression? Like, oh no, we're going online. What was your impression about that, and how did that work for you?
You know what? The truth is, I was at the studio when the governor declared the lockdown. We were like one of the only people there for classes. We sort of knew it was coming. And anyway, so it's like that is where I found out that everything was changing at Action Karate. And then we actually joined the virtual classes late. It just, the adjustment to in our lives and in going to virtual school was a lot. And I think we needed a break before we were ready to kind of add that into our virtual routine. And then we had a couple of calls with Miss B where, you know, she sort of walked us through what it was going to be like and what the changes were. And, but I think once we got in that routine and adding that into springtime and then summertime virtual school was great. Tariq took over the class somewhere around there and was just so positive and motivating and just pours the love on those kids.
He's an amazing teacher. I love
Oh, yeah.
watching him teach. It's super exciting. Great. So my last question for you guys is, you know, what would you say to those parents that are like, oh, not sure about karate?
I mean, what I liked about Action Karate and Miss B was just how welcoming the studio has been, you know, and really like taking time to, you know, get to know, you know, talk to the parents as much as talking to the kids. And I mean, all the, you know, the staff, I mean, you guys, again, Tariq, I mean, do such a great job talking at the kids level, you know, and really making it about them and the goals that you guys set about perseverance and working hard. You know, I think those are just wonderful goals, and I think the right goals to instill in young kids.
Yeah.
So I think anybody, you know, to anybody that would want to join, I would, you know, happily just point out that there's just so many positive benefits and that it's a warm, welcoming environment.
Yeah, and I would add, I think Action Karate is very regimented. There's a very clear curriculum that the kids are walking through, but I think each one of you sees each kid as an individual. And I think that really, for me, just pushes it over the top. That has been such a wonderful experience.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That was so great. And we'll stop the recording.